How are you all doing, Internet Land? This is Coach Armand. Today is August the third, excuse me, September the 3rd, and it's Wednesday, and this is our Operation Popcorn Hangout as we step into September to remember from a booming August. So with that being said, I quickly want to let you all know I'm talking to you directly from San Diego, California, down here in Southern California. I'll tell you a little bit more a little bit later, but right now I've got a guest who's got a special guest that I would love to get out as quickly as possible. So I'm going to introduce you to somebody who's got a huge heart. She's got a huge, huge, huge team. So if you're taking a look at this, just know this. Number one, I'm going to give you some statistics. It's been said to me and stated to me that 9 out of 10 people that you see, if they didn't have a check, meaning a check from their job for 3 months, they would be broke. Think about that. Also, it's been stated that individuals that are 50 years old and over don't even have $50,000 for retirement at this point. So what are they going to do? Now, if you fall into that category or you know somebody that falls into this category, you're going to want to pay attention to what we're getting ready to say, because we're going to lay down some foundations that can assist you and help you whether you roll with us or not. With that being said, I want to introduce you to somebody that means a lot to me. She's got a huge team, a huge heart. She's out of Canada. So, Queen D, are you there, ready to rock and roll?
I'm here, Coach. Thanks for the intro. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, yes.
Hi. Hey, everybody. Everybody on the panel. Good to be here with you, as always. My name is Dee Gabinette. I'm from Vancouver, BC area. Currently spending some time on Pender Island. And I just want to share with you right now that what we're doing here, I've never seen before. I've been in this industry for a long time. I've tried a lot of different programs, a lot of different deals, with very little success. More recently, I got into something a little bit different, which was more or less direct sales with a little more high-ticket items to sell, and had a bit of success there, which was exciting for me, to be perfectly honest, to make $1,000 sales. However, it was a grind. You had to keep doing that all the time, and there was no way that I could seem to be able to duplicate that with my team. So anyways, to bring it to the present now, what we're doing, we've totally simplified this process. We're bringing people on board that are either struggling network marketers already in the industry, have been the path that I've been on, and also brand spanking new people that have never done this before, but they're, a lot of people are in pain and a lot of people are struggling, and they're just looking for a simple way to make some extra income to supplement what they're already doing, whether it's a job or whatever, whether it's even their pension, right? Like the coach was saying, I'm a baby boomer myself, and the career path that I chose in my life, there is no way that if I continued that I would have any sort of an income to retire on. So this is something that an industry I've been looking into for a long time, because I knew that that's the position I was going to be in at this age. So to bring it back again to where we're at, and we've just lost Karen. Drats. Anyways, now we're at a point where we can actually, in a very simple way, bring people on board to what we're doing here to create a little bit of extra income to make that car payment or help with the rent or the mortgage payment, whatever it did, put kids through school, just to supplement their income. And then that's just the start. You can take it from there. I was going to introduce Karen because Karen is somebody that I just recently had the pleasure of getting on the phone with and doing a coaching call with, to help her to find focus. And that's what we're doing with our teammates here. We're helping them to find focus, because there are so many ways that you can share something like this with your marketplace, whether it's social media or even out and about with your friends and family. And new people tend to get a little bit overwhelmed with information. So the the path that we're taking now is a very focused and dialed in path to bring our teammates to a point where they're merely focusing on one thing to do, this fastest and simplest way to get them to what we call our very first rank here in the business that we build as a team, and that's D3, and that's our only focus. So that's what I've got to share with you right now. Maybe I'll pass it back over to you, Coach, until we can get Karen back on the line.
Awesome.
Go ahead.
Awesome.
Unless
I could step right in there, because what I have to say is exactly what you're talking about with the leadership call that you had with me. That's what's happened with my recent stuff going on.
Go ahead, Christina. Share away. That's awesome. Okay.
Well, we had a coaching call not too long ago, and I've been kind of going around doing a lot of different things, and it was hard to get focused on one thing. And I didn't really realize that I did all the steps that you had told me to do until I was kind of going over things today, and I realized that I am just inner and outer on fire right now, and it's because I had a huge breakthrough, and it had to do with the coaching call, and I have this written down here, so I'm not going to have to remember it. We went through, and you just simply told me, you know, let's get your co-op shares, get plugged into the Monday and Thursday calls, and then go to the Franco invitation training at attractionlistbuilding.com. And in there somewhere also popped up Justin's perfect invite, and that was a little bit later from the call, but that came into play. And then one of the big things was, if you want to get out there fast, you got to get into your phone. Get into your cell phone, use your list, and I didn't want to do that. So I did all the other things. That was easy because I was already doing them. And then I got to my phone, my telephone, and that took me a whole day to get beyond the thought of, these people are burned out. Well, my name is Christina Biquette, and I live in Estes Park, Colorado. I've been in network marketing for 12 years. I've been in internet marketing, network marketing for almost 30. And I didn't want to go to those people again. They're friends, they're people above me, and I viewed them as being burnt out. So I didn't want to go there, but I did. But like I said, it took me all day to get past that. So I made my list, and I went to my first person, who was a person that had been with me in other opportunities. He'd been under me in some, he'd been sideways with me in some, and I had lost track of him because he was in my latest one, which kind of turned out to be a big loser for a lot of people. And I couldn't remember why we weren't talking. I thought maybe we had a falling out, but I don't usually have falling outs with people, so I went ahead, and what I did is I did Franco's training. I texted him because I thought, okay, I don't want to just blindside him with a phone call. I texted him, just asked him, hey, are you still alive and well? And I got a text back, I'm alive. And I thought, oh, okay, alive but not well. So anyway, I was able to kind of put together a call, asked him when I could call him, and we set up the call. So I won't go through that whole thing. But what I did do, and I also used GoPro. So I really studied this because I knew that this was an important person, because I knew that he could be, and I knew that he probably was looking for something. So I called him. As it turned out, he was happy that I called him. He has been out of network marketing. He's back into something that he used to do with real estate, not happy with it. So I just let him talk, took all of the information from him and listened, and took all my training into play that I've been learning from my great leaders and from GoPro. And so then by utilizing, and I'm going to keep referring to my notes here because I want to remember, the Justin's Perfect Invite gave me the posture to be able to hold my own through the whole conversation, be cool, listen to him, and then I told him what I had intended to talk to him about. He was already looking at another opportunity because he understands residual income. He wanted to get back in the game. I know that other product. I was able to have a conversation about it, lead him back around to what I wanted to show him, and he ended up very interested, and we've gone on and had subsequent conversations. So I know he is going to sign up. Right now he's reviewing some things, but anyway, it's just going to be a matter of days. But what I'm getting at here is what I found is everything that we learned from our leadership and that leadership call that I had with Dee just set me up and gave me the confidence to have this one important call. And it's not so much that it was him. He was the first person on my list. Of those lists, that list of people that I thought were totally burned out, and what I found, they're not burned out of me, because I've always been true, I've always been honest, I've always been straightforward, stayed on track, they know me. They're not burned out for me. They're burned out from the other opportunities. But they're still looking, and they're done with lotions and potions and pills, and that's what he was into, but he was very interested in what we have to offer. We have a viable opportunity, and so he was very interested. Now, I've taken this beyond him. I mean, that I'm mentioning him because just having that conversation and using that person in my list that I did not want to call gave me the conversation. I'm bulletproof and on my way right now. There's nothing stopping me because everybody's looking and they want us to call them, and I know they want to talk to me. I mean, who wouldn't want to? So it works. It works. Our leadership works, and I'm totally on fire. That's all I can say. I've been talking to people I never thought I'd be. I talked to a guy last night that was way beyond me as far as stuff. I mean, he's trained with the best of the best of the best, which I feel I have too, but he is on a different level. I had the confidence to be able to speak with him. So there you go.
Yeah. And why shouldn't you? That's awesome, Christina. That's amazing, you know. And after having done that coaching call with you, and you just, you know, it was like, even though we were on the phone, I could see the lights going on, and ever since that day, because and you're a player. I mean, you're in the game. You're engaged all the time, but you're also coming back to me and saying, "Look, this is what I'm doing. This is who I'm talking to." And that sort of feedback to me is invaluable, because not only do I love it, I love to hear that you're having success and you're happy at what you're doing, but also that just feeds the fire in. I'll be perfectly honest, what you resist persists. I have neglected more or less my warm market as well because of that very reason, because many of my friends and family are just, you know, they go, "Whoa, Dee's coming," right? You know, but the difference being here is that this is so different. I mean, what we have is so different than anything I've ever done before. And plus, like you said, that coaching, that being able to just have that laser focus and a quick, short, sweet 5-10 minute video that shows you and tells you exactly what to say, just gives you, like you said, you got that posture. You're sitting up straight, and you know that, no matter what, you're on fire and you're going, and who cares if they don't like it, right? It's posture, and you see it. I hear it in people's voices. I actually had a coaching call with the great Donna Harris today, who was saying that she was feeling a little confused, and she was like really up last week, and again this week she's feeling bad, and what's going on, and can you help me? I said, look, let's just get on the phone, and I'll share something with you. And by the time it was over, it's exactly what I did with you, Christina. She was happy, she was focused again, and she was over that that little slump where she was starting to doubt herself, right? And that's beautiful. And to me, this is what it's all about. right? It makes me feel good, and everybody else is happy, and we're dialed in and tuned in. And thank you so much for sharing that, Christina, because that's powerful. That's powerful. And congratulations on all your success. It's just the beginning, man. This is going to be one heck of a powerful month.
And let me ask you this, Christina. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm going to bring Joe out here. I'm going to ask you this, Christina. I'm listening to what you're saying. You got a coaching call, and perhaps, first off, you might not even know what we're talking about as you watch this. Simply, whoever invited you to the rodeo, just get back with them. Thank you. Ask to get plugged, and they will plug you in. Secondly, if you're on the team and you're wondering what is the coaching call, just make sure you get to your leader. Ask them, what is the coaching call? I deserve to get the coaching call, because that's how we're going to make this September a month to remember. By now, you should have already received the coaching call, because we're doing it the first of the month. We're running the play, and then we're going to do it again on the 15th. And that's how we find out who's running. Like you see Christina, she's running 1,000,000 miles an hour, and she's utilizing the coaching that she did. And she just gave a coaching by going over what she was coached over, which I think was awesome. And let me ask you, not only are you having success, Christina, but don't you have some people that are breaking rank too on your team?
Yes, I do, and I did want to mention Dean Prochnow. He was one of my first 3 to get me to D3, and he just kind of was there, and he was being a steady Eddie and kind of doing stuff, and then all of a sudden, boom, he just took off, and now he's a D3, and I wanted to congratulate him too, and I've got new members that are very excited and ready to go.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good deal. Okay, so next we're going to bring out a gentleman that just broke D3 with us. This gentleman is definitely on the verge of having some huge success. He's an industry veteran. Definitely has built huge teams in the past, and dude's got a heart of gold. And I'm just going to let him come out from Colorado and just give some word. So, Money Joe, as I like to call you, Big J, can you come out and just share with us, you know, what's your vision here? Why are you here? And just some things that you've learned from since you've been working with us this short period of time.
Certainly, I'd be happy to. Can you hear me okay?
Fine and dandy like candy.
Perfect. As Armand said, my name is Joe. He calls me about 20 different names. You can call me Big J or Big Money Joe, or you can just call me Joe. But if you're new to this or you're a veteran, it does not matter. You found an awesome home, and I'll tell you why. Because I was a veteran, and now I am new to this. And what I mean by that was I had extreme success in network marketing many years ago. And you know what? A lot of times things happen in people's lives. And you might be one of those people listening to this right now where something changed in your life and something changed in my life, and let's just say I dropped off the grid, literally, for about 6 years. And lost all my contacts and had to start over again in life in many different ways. And so I was starting over not only in life but also in network marketing. And I knew that I wanted to get back into network marketing. And Armand, Coach Armand here, was somebody that kept in touch with me for a long time. We were good friends in a previous enterprise many years ago. But he always, although a friend, also remained professional and kept following up with me. And I looked for about 6 months in many different network marketing opportunities. And what led me here was because the training that is available and the modern techniques that are available and the very basic techniques that are available and everything in between was all right here in one spot, and it was free. Everybody else out there wanted you to join the program, but then you'd have to go pay somebody else to learn something. And the basics are really what really gets you through everything. Now there's basics in new technology and there are basics in old technology. And some people that are hearing the sound of my voice right now might be saying, you know what, I don't even know what any of this stuff is you're talking about. Well, cool. Guess what? There's nothing to worry about because you will have an abundance of training here, more so than anywhere you can find. But even that is that wherever you are coming from, experienced, inexperienced, have a million friends, have no friends, there is a way that you can get this done right here with the training that we provide for free. And if you are already part of our team and wondering where you should go, well, obviously work with the people who brought you into this, but I'll speak straight from my heart and tell you this much, that you're going to find what resonates with you. And in my case, I had very little warm market, and I say very little, I mean very little. So I took a hold of the training that was available to me here, and I went through the Facebook training and learned how to utilize that, and well, it's exploded for me. It's amazing, and now I have a huge warm market, but they're new in the last 6 months to me. But here's the thing: the biggest thing I could impress upon you is find what works for you, what resonates with you. Listen to the people who you choose to be your mentors, because that's the other thing too. You know what? You can't go picking 20 different teachers and bounce all over the place. The same thing goes with whatever you pick. Find something and stick with it and be diligent and consistent. If you do that, this will work for you immensely. And I can tell you I've been from one side of this arena to the other, and having come back after 6 years, I didn't know anything anymore, because everything other than the initial warm market stuff, but even that, we didn't have systems like we have here that are amazing. You don't have to tell anybody anything. All you have to do is give them a link. That's rock and roll, man. You know, where I used to always say it, don't be the expert. I don't have to. Not only don't I have to be the expert here, or be the seller, the teller, the explainer, or anything like that. I don't want to, for one thing, because I want duplication. I want mass production. But at the same time, the other thing is, I don't have to, because back in the day, you guys, we were using recorded calls. People didn't even know what those were back then. And now I just go, here's a link. Let me know when you've gone through, and I'll follow up with you. And here's the thing, that's what's so cool about this. Whether it is somebody that I've known forever or somebody I've known for 5 minutes, the approach is still the same. It's simple. And that's why we call it Simple Freedom, baby, because it is so simple. And by the way, that reminds me that it's time to pass it along. So thank you. Seriously, thanks for letting me share, you guys. But listen, that's the one thing, if I could press anything upon you, would be this. And I'm telling you from experience, even in this here, you know, I'm from the school of hard-headed knocks. And I would just say this: pick something and work with your coach, your mentor, however you got here. Work with those people closely, because obviously they got you here. And if you're looking at this, and work with those people carefully. And there are leaders and training here, and you'll find what resonates with you. But pick something and master it. And then you could start looking at, well, now that because you could have 27 different branches of marketing approaches here. And there is a plethora of training for every one of them. 27 is a number I just made up. There's probably more than that. But pick the one that works for you, that works with you, and then stick to it and master it. And then after you get that under your belt, then move on to something else, and then you can start expanding. But you guys, and the biggest and the quickest way to start anything is the people you already know. But the cool thing about this is, and then this will be the end of my little spiel, is you don't have to worry about turning off your friends and family and everything else by puking all over them with a bunch of information and pounding them or harassing them and everything else. Just give them the system. Bingo! There you go. So thanks, you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, brother. Queen D, do you want to introduce Karen?
Go ahead, Coach. You introduce her.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. I want to just take time to bring somebody out who's definitely a leader, a champion, making it happen. Just broke through like popcorn, and broke through to her D3. A first level of leadership that we have here, and I see her going forward. So with that being said, I just want to bring you out, and if you can give us some words about your vision, Queen Karen, where you're from, why you're here, and where you're going.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for that welcome, and I'm so honored to be here with you guys. You guys are great leaders, and I appreciate the invite to come on out and share my vision and where I'm heading with this. I'm coming in at you from Maryland. I live here in Maryland, close to Washington, D.C. A lot of people know it's Washington, D.C., but I'm in Maryland. And why I'm here, I was a homeschool mom for 3 years and left my corporate job to homeschool, and now I'm looking to really take my business to the next level in inspiring other homeschool moms. You don't have to be the homeschool moms that stay at home all day and not having anything to do after homeschooling your kids. So I'm here to inspire other moms, stay-at-home moms, homeschool moms, that you can do this business too. You can have a vision outside of your kids, if you guys understand what I mean. I have a 7-year-old, an 8-year-old, that he's my biggest why I'm here today with Simple Freedom, in creating financial freedom and having a vision for him when I leave this earth, that he has something to carry forward in his future.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. With that being said, Queen Karen, let me ask you this. From the products that you have here, and I'm putting you on the spot, what would be one or two of your favorite products that you like, that you've seen and that you've had here, that we have here, should I say?
I'm going to be honest with you. I like the finance product that we have, because I myself was in debt, still somewhat in debt, and I find so much value in using the finance product that will help me to stay free from debt. My goal is to be free from debt and also teach that along to my son in being free from debt, because I was in debt all the way up to the top, and I really enjoy that product.
Awesome, awesome. That's our flagship. Queen D, anything you'd like to ask Queen Karen?
I'm sorry, Coach. Were you talking to me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Queen D, I was asking, did you have anything you'd like to ask Queen Karen before we let her go?
I would very much like to get back to the topic of, coaching, leadership coaching, and how that impacts our teammates to focus and find their focus and where they're going with, and to how that helps you, and how that brings you the type of peace of mind, I guess, if you will, because I talk to a lot of teammates that are just like, they're ready to pull their hair out.
Yeah.
And just how that helped you, if you could share how that coaching brought you back to center and moving forward with a clear vision and no confusion anymore.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as you come online and you market online and you see leaders and you see gurus and you see training, you want to tap into everything because you're so excited, you want success. So, sometimes we tend to go all over the place doing different marketing. And I'm going to say that I am one of those who trying to do this, trying to do that. And when we had the conversation, the coaching call, you really brought my mind back to ground zero. And ground zero meaning, for me right now, as you mentioned to me, is to focus on one activity or one marketing. And this is my marketing right now. My cell phone, can you guys see that? That's my cell phone. I'm going back to basic. My list, down the list, this is what I'm focusing on to go up in ranks. As I said, we tend to go all over the place in marketing. And at some point in time, we have to kind of just bring things back to center, to focus on that one thing, become an expert in that area, and go up in your ranks within that area. And then as you master that, then you can move on to other things. So I really appreciate your coaching, Dee, Coach Armand. I really appreciate it. I see your energy. I see you out there doing your thing and taking the time to connect with me, Dee, and giving me that game plan really helped me, as I said, to come back to ground zero with what my purpose and my vision is.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's incredible. And you know what? My leader, the leaders above us, my mentor, did this coaching with me. And our whole purpose of this coaching and bringing people back to center, as you put it, which is a great way of explaining it, was to, and this is what we do now. Now you have 3 people on your front line, and you're going to take that very same thing, and you're going to teach it. You're going to do that coaching with your 3 front line, and they're going to take that and they're going to do it with their 3 front line. And this is how we replicate. This is how we keep everybody on the same page and running together as a well-oiled machine, a team, as a team, right? So awesome. Thank you.
So
That's great.
thank you.
I love to
thank
hear.
you so much. I love you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Back
So
to you.
I'm gonna get. Thank you so much, and Queen Karen, thank you for coming out. Money Joe, Big J, thank you. And I'm just giving some time for Action to actually show up on the screen because I just don't see him right now. Christina, I appreciate what you're doing. My man Action, I just wanted to take time right now because here's one thing about Action. That's why he kind of plays per se cleanup hitter. You save the heavy hitter for last or what have you. And the thing about him is that he takes the cookies. Just go back and just imagine when you were younger, and maybe you had cookies on the table, and you kept going in there. Maybe your mom asked. I'm just saying hypothetically, because mom, that was not me. But hypothetically, you went in there and got some cookies, and you were asked, "Did you take the cookies?" And nah, I didn't take a cookie. I had 2 or 3. And then they put them up high, so then you couldn't reach them. Well, what Action does is he takes the nuggets of information that are per se up high. It might be something that we just can't wrap our mind around, and he breaks it down, puts them down low, so we can simply get that information. So with that being said, Action, my man out of the East Coast, good brother of mine. He's also a D3 on the team, building a huge team as we speak. Action, can you come out and maybe you can share something, whatever you have. Maybe you can share something for us, a nugget that will bring us up to speed. So, Action, can you come out, brother?
Absolutely. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right, awesome. Hey, listen, I just want to give it back to you, Coach, man, because without you, these hangouts wouldn't be possible. I mean, just taking the incentive to lead by example, as always. You do know that, and some of you guys will kind of get the gist of watching us that, we live in the moment. So none of this is pre-recorded right now, and none of it's scripted. It's just coming straight from, straight from the heart, from exactly, where we're at. Each individual that you heard today, where they're at in their business and their life. So my name's Action Jackson, Anthony Jackson. I'm upstate New York. Been a part of network marketing for almost 2 decades. And the funny part, in and out, looking at opportunities. Maybe that's you. I've been taking a look at opportunities since I was like 14. Why? Because I was always looking for a way to generate money or monies as an entrepreneur, and just looking to just, I'll just say it, get rich. And so that journey has taken me some time now, and a few companies. And what I did was I actually connected with Coach Armand, maybe probably almost a dozen years ago, at an event that actually changed my life. And the reason why is because I wasn't even going to go to this event at first, just because of the cost in the beginning. And I say that because I had never actually expedited an expenditure of that magnitude in one drop, all at one time. And now, having done that, we've done several events since then and spent, well, I won't say spend, but have invested in well over tens of the number from that beginning. So that was just the beginning of the change. And just we connected with a good old boy who is a gentleman whose story is super powerful, who assisted both myself and Coach in moving forward in our breakthroughs. It was called the Breakthroughs to Success. So you may be there. Let me just share something with you. Each panel person who just went, from Christine all the way down to Karen, really shared with you a formula that we live by. And it's simple, including my Joe and Dee and Coach Armand. It's very simple. As human beings, we tend to, well, I'm a guy, so I'll speak from the guy's perspective, but as males, we tend to complicate things, even some of the simplest of things. For example, maybe some of you have gone on a trip with somebody of the male perspective, and they were the ones driving, and they were the type of person who didn't ask for directions, right? They're the type of person who's like, I know how to get there. And they really don't. But the whole time they're playing around like they know exactly how to get where they're going to go. And maybe they make it eventually, but they're the type of person that's going to overcomplicate something so simple as all they had to do before they left was go to Google and go to a website which would give you directions from point A to point B. Now, today, that's even more simpler because we have this little unit here, right, which has navigation right on it, and all you have to do is put in your 2 points of interest, and it'll give you the shortest route. That being said, from the male perspective I can speak, males have a tendency to complicate things. People do in general, but I can only speak from the male perspective. And so, that being said, we call ourselves Simple Freedom because we take it to the basics and the most simplest breakdown so that, let me just say, so that a 6-year-old could do this, could absolutely do exactly what we're telling you to do. Now, if you're the type of person who's open, you're the type of person who is a person who will follow directions, not your directions, but the directions that we lay out, we absolutely, unequivocally can guarantee, although we don't really make guarantees, but I know if you follow the directions, you'll be successful. Why? Because in the beginning, I overcomplicated a bunch of stuff. Today, I just simply go back to the basics, just like Joe said. And the basics start off just like this. While the people that is in your closest circle of influence may or may not be interested, that's not for you to decide. That's not for you to decide. That's for them to decide. And all you're simply doing is asking a simple question. And so when you do that, it just puts more wins in the win column. It builds up your confidence. It assists you in moving forward because all we're doing is looking for the people that are looking for us. I guarantee you there's 10,000 people just like you looking for you. And it's all about you broadcasting exactly yourself, who you are, what you're about, and people will be attracted to you. So I wanted to share that. And I also wanted to share a testimonial on the products. The reason why I think these products are so powerful, I like all of our product suite. One in particular that I've been using is our One Protect. And the reason why I say that is because I don't know if you know this, but every 10 seconds, somebody's identity is stolen. And I just from the identity, I think Coach is going to go into elaborate because I haven't had a chance to use the other aspects of One Protect yet. We're working on that with our computer stuff, where virus protection and all that type of stuff. But just your identification being secured, that's all inclusive. Working. That's a product that is necessary today. Why? Because people's identities are stolen. And let me give you another tip. Maybe you didn't know this, but an identity is only worth $2 on the market. That means somebody can go out and buy 50 identities for like $100 and do what they want with it. So I'm not here to scare you or be like Big Brother, but here's what I'm saying to you. Just like you pay for insurance on your car, better to have insurance on your identity because I'll tell you this, it is very difficult when you didn't do something to actually go back through and have that corrected. What's so great about One Protect is that there's a $25,000, if I'm not mistaken, insurance that will help and assist you. It should your identity be taken and done something with. All I know is the monitoring system is working active. Once you set your accounts up, man, it's actively working all the time. And so that being said, man, I'm going to turn it back over to you, Coach.
Awesome, awesome, man. Thank you so much, Man Giant, for that. And I'll quickly, before I wrap it up, just say for me, myself, just even with doing something as simple as the Google Hangouts, I used the One Protect, had the guy go through, because my Hangouts were hanging up after every 30 minutes. We were doing like part 1s and part 2s. But since I've had them go through, I called them up. It's part of one of my membership services. It's almost like a Costco membership. I paid up front for my membership, and now I use the services and get discounts on those services. So with this one, it actually is free because he went through, ran some scans on my computer. Mind you, I had a young 24-year-old guy who's my computer guy go through my computer like 2 weeks before, reformat, viruses, and here I am, the computer's still running slow. Thought I was going to have to buy another computer. I called up One Protect. He did everything. He said, hey, I'm going to have your computer for about 45 minutes. Now, he's not with me. He was in a whole totally different state, but he was able to look at my computer, run some software on it, and I asked him, I said, is everything good? He said, yeah, you're good to go now. I had 100 and something different key logging programs and all kind of stuff I don't even know how to pronounce or that were on my computer. Ever since then, my computer is running like a champ. And I asked him, I said, you know what? How much would that service had cost me if, you know, I wasn't a part or a part of this membership here? And he said that would have been $100. Well, ladies and gentlemen, folks, that $100, that just took care of my membership for the month. And because we're at the level above D3, guess what? My membership is already covered. So that was $100 plus in my pocket. So with that being said, before we round this out, I just simply, if anybody else had any quick gold nuggets before we go ahead and end this hangout, which I appreciate everybody, I honor you all. The floor is open to you briefly.
I'd like to add one last thing. First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you for being you. I learn something new every time we hang out. I'm inspired even more. And you know, we're talking about stuff that's it's proven, it's worked. I mean, we've been at this since January. It's proven, and success leaves clues. We've heard so many people talk about how what we're doing now and focusing on one marketing technique until you master it, and how since they decided to do that, that now they're having success. So success leaves clues, my friends. As far as, you know, talking about the basic training, we've all said that we take everything back to the basics and make it so simple. And Anthony said it. It's so simple that a 6-year-old can do this, and it's true. However, if you know, for you who are out there watching this hangout, maybe you're one of those you know, seasoned marketers. There's also, you know, you can take it from the basics all the way up to the highest level of marketing techniques being taught by leadership that's in the trenches working with us every single day. So there's the whole gambit that we have here all under one roof, and it's all free. And I'm telling you, our leadership, many of the leaders that work with us are highly skilled, masters at their craft, their unique and individual crafts, and they've been trained by you know, masters of their crafts. So you know, everything's here for you all under one roof. The products are amazing. It's a low entry point to get in. And you know, like the coach was just saying, for $99.95, you share this amazing opportunity and the wonderful products with 3 people, and your membership is basically free. Actually, let me go back. It's not free. At that point, you're in reality earning a $100 per month residual income. And rather than the company going to your credit card and taking $100 out for your membership every month, the company just keeps that $100 and puts it towards your membership. So your credit card's never dinged again, which is very, very attractive. So, you know, within people are doing it within days. People are doing it within 24 hours. If you can find 3 people in 1 month, you've got a free membership with all the benefits that come with it: the team, the training, the products, you name it. So, yeah, I could go on and on and on, but I won't. I'll pass it back over to you, Coach. It's exciting, very exciting.
Appreciate your enthusiasm and your energy.
No worries.
Awesome. So with that being said, today is September the 3rd. It's Wednesday. This has been the Operation Popcorn, the kickoff of our 90-day run, and actually it's day 89 of our 90-day run, so we're going down from there. And this is the September to remember. Just remember, keep everything basic, keep everything focused. If you haven't received a coaching call, plug into whoever you're direct with. If they don't know what it's about, jump above them. Jump to your D3, jump to your F3, jump to them, and they'll get you squared away. If you're watching this and you're wondering what is all the excitement about, what is Operation Popcorn, what is going on, make sure you simply plug into whoever you saw this from. Maybe you saw it on Facebook. Maybe it was a sponsored post. Maybe it was in a group. Maybe it was an email. Just get back to that source that you got it from. Tell them thank you and ask them for more information, and they'll definitely take good care of you. With that being said, my name is Coach Armand. I appreciate you all. We'll see you all next Wednesday. You all have a great one and continue growing. Bye for now.